breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
The Glitterbois is listening to you are, yes.
So I don't even know how we do this one. We normally just kind of read through the Rifter and we're like picking out the little bits that are good. But with this one, they're all good. And I really don't know where to start. Like, the explanation is in the back. And then there's this entire joke. And then the full gaming system of like animate balloon monster and like the magic that's like half the book. Like, do we start at the new gods? Because that's really interesting to me. Like, where do you want? We can't treat this like a normal Rifter, can we?
Let me see if I can do this. Once in an epoch, there comes a book that puts all books before it to shame. A book of such greatness that every book that has come before and every book that shall dare to follow must compare itself to its lonely place in the shadow of its greatness. This book is Rifter 9.5.
I want to try one too.
Okay.
This summer, Percy Ferkelberger brings you Wayne Smith's The Rifter 9.5, the Y2K April Fool's Spectacular. Written by Percy Ferkelberger, Vice President and Hot Mama Penelope Ferkelberger, writer and boy genius Peter Ferkelberger.
More Ferkelbergers than you can Ferkel a burger to.
And that's a lot of Ferkeling. Also, now I need to look at Irma Dictionary and find out if there is such a thing as a Ferkel.
Okay, this is...
We're doing, yeah.
This is the April 1st, 2000 issue of the Rifter 9.5. The Y2K April Fool's Spectacular. This is a work of genius.
Yeah, this is a limited edition collector's edition. There are 10,000 copies of this that have never been reprinted.
I got a first printing.
Yeah, me too. So, they said they'd only do this every 1,000 years. So there's only one of these, but this is a joke Rifter. It starts out with Percy saying that he has seized control of Palladium from the desk of Wayne Smith. This is in the place of where Kevin usually does his bits at the beginning.
Yeah.
He talks about how you'll need to how to get attention and get printed into a Rifter, which is great. You should
send him with a little paper clip of money.
Free samples, cash accidentally. I mean, just it's this is a joke Rifter, and it is so well done.
So I must admit that until I made it to the end, because I decided to read it from cover to cover,
Same.
I actually thought that this was Wayne the whole time playing a big old joke on everybody else. Like, he had assembled this in his spare time and just put it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the fact that it was the opposite is that was everybody else playing a big joke on Wayne, and he had no idea.
Yeah, that this was happening.
Wow.
I like the art is Kevin and Steve Jackson are one in this.
Well, not just Steve, but fucking everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Stephen Wyke. Yeah. Jolly Blackburn.
Can I read something in the new direction for Palladium Fantasy RPG?
Go for it.
With that stick in the mud, Kevin Siembieda out of the way, and Bill Coffin drugged into submission, the Ferkelberger family will bring a new direction to the Palladium Fantasy role-playing game. The Palladium Super 3rd Edition will introduce a revolutionary new game system the new owners fondly call Tell the Freaking Story, We Don't Need Damn Rules in Our Way.
Yep.
This is so much fun. Like, this is just stupid fun.
I don't know how to talk about this book because I feel like giving it our usual Rifter treatment is just not going to be doing it good enough of a justice.
This isn't a Rifter. This is like a parody done within the company and then printed.
Yeah.
This is a break room joke that went way too far.
Well, okay. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and take a look at the silly answers to silly questions starting on page 17. The funny part here is that these are actually tongue-in-cheek yet honest and truthful answers to questions. None of the answers are wrong. The answers themselves may be written in a funny way, but they're not joke answers. It's fascinating because you can actually look in here and get some solid information, which I was not expecting to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Can the SDF-1 destroy Tri-Town? Absolutely. Integrating Pokemon characters into your Rifts campaign? Yeah, no problemo.
Okay. Were the Al Gore Giants and the sea god Al Gore named after Vice President Al Gore? Answer. Oh, gee, back in 1979 to 1983, when Kevin Siembieda was developing the game, none of us had ever heard of Mr. Gore. Just like, yeah.
Also, I know we just had him on and he gave us the definitive way of how to say, Ixtic, but apparently it's supposed to be City Chick.
What page is that?
19, left side, most of the way down.
City Chick.
How much damage does running water give a vampire when you pee on it? I mean, these are the questions that needed answering.
Okay. Now let's go a few pages back. We're going to talk about what I consider one of the funniest parts of the whole goddamn book, which is giga damage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go back a little bit more. I was like, are we talking about the Rifter credit card?
The Rifter credit card is a good one-page joke, but the giga damage and the direction that they took it.
Incidentally, giga damage can be found on our support page.
Yeah. We have a giga damage support tier. If you want to donate, it's Ferkelberger approved.
I love the Glitterbois on this with his huge Mickey Mouse ears. And the huge boom cannon. It's just so crazy. Yeah, okay. The next big thing from Palladium.
It's giga damage, which is their new level of damage, which is 1 million MDC per 1 GDC. And what I love is that they start small and they build it up through what you would expect from the typical Palladium catalog of weapons. Yeah. You start with their cricket and you make your way all the way up to, the
Gigasaurus Rex.
The Gigasaurus Rex. So what I love about this, it's like damage 3d6 times 50,000.
Yeah.
Range, rate of fire, unlimited. Range, unlimited. Payload, unlimited. Cost, unlimited. Somebody had a lot of fun with this.
Tolkien must die. Atlantis must die. The NGR must die. They point the Derringer at it, squeeze the trigger, and that's that. All cosmonauts must die.
Oh, man.
Now, there's a brief note that in 1,000 years, coming in Y3K, Terra damage.
And the descriptions in every single one.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, yeah, my last game, I did this. Wow, but then he's my bitch. It was just great. It was wonderful. Man, it's...
There's a Wayne Smith kidnap story and then a write-up about him.
Yeah, we get Wayne Smith's stats.
Which is a hero in limited adventure.
Uh-huh.
And then
with some fantastic art by...
The whole thing has fantastic art. This isn't joke art.
This isn't joke. This is all good custom art for this made, and at least this is made by my favorite Palladium artist, Ramon Perez.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get through the NPCs in this little, the Where's Wayne Smith adventure. But then we get to some interesting things called wacky powers. Food manipulation power.
Yeah, it's lovely. I want to play this character so bad for a single session.
Frank and Beans, a dynamic food duo. Frank Smacksney, sausage expert.
Oh my God, that picture. That picture.
This right here is a very, very Venture Brothers moment. You know? It's like,
oh my God, you're right. These are the Venture Brother heroes.
Yeah, when the monarch is interviewing for like a new evil guild of calamitous intent, these are like the rejects of it.
The pasta man.
Yeah. Tony Riga.
Oh God. The vaudevillian.
Yeah.
Man. Oh man, there were genuine laugh out loud moments while reading this.
And like I said, this is so well put together. But what we're getting to next is my personal favorite part of this, which is the unlikely gods. I have been working on a pantheon of, modern gods. These are great. Every one of these deserves to be put in my pantheon. Goddess of cooking, just
what
Greshborn. We're starting at 59.
Ah, yes.
The god of lost causes.
The god of teenagers.
Yeah. God of wisecracking, backstabbing, and teenagers, which is called Backsmack.
Man. So then we have a character class which is remarkably playable. The Trickster. They're just card mages. That's it. But, they don't suck. This would be an interesting character class to have in, if you wanted to have a game based on, I don't know, stage magicians or a carnival.
Yeah, this is definitely more of an urban setting.
Yeah.
But if you were, say, in Tri-Cities, Chi-Town, and trying to infiltrate, I could see this happening.
Then the ludicrous mage is,
oh my God.
Yeah.
All of this is so silly. And here's the thing. There is a completely worked out spell progression list with fully worked out spells. And this is in jest, but I think this could almost go.
So this reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever seen this, Matthew. Called, it is a Japanese series called The Hero Yoshihiko.
No, I haven't.
So the premise of The Hero Yoshihiko, it's all live action, is that this guy is, just some peasant out in fantasy world who finds out that he is the great hero. He is the hero of ages, but he's really terrible. But he also takes everything so seriously. He really, really gets into this whole hero thing. He's going to go save the world. But he ends up with the worst possible companions. And one of them is this wizard who, the first spell the wizard can cast is sweets. And sweets, he casts it on you, and you have a sudden craving for candy. And his next spell is pig nose. And for the next few rounds, you have a piggy nose. It's very much heavily based as a spoof on the Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior series of video games, but as if they were live action.
Right.
Anyway, the magic for the ludicrous mage reminds me of that terrible mage.
Oh, yeah.
Fart blossom. Create candy. Yeah.
Potato head. Obsess much? No, I mean, this is all ridiculous, but here's the thing. This is all done so well.
Spells of legend. Create carnies.
Yeah. Oh.
That is terrifying. Oh. Oh, man.
There's the crazy Akaloth's discount alchemy summer catalog.
Runic bikini armor.
The ugly stick, a lesser rune weapon. Wizard spells, you're it. It's tag. This is just fucking ridiculous. Banana peel.
The tourist OCC.
Right.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
The tourist is a strange creature. They can be of any race, are extremely troublesome to the locals, but are easy to extract money from.
Yep. Various types of tourists. It's this is a great one.
There's hook, line, and sinker for just ridiculous adventures.
And even a short story.
Yes. By Foghorn Ferkelberger. It talks about Sergeant Brick, the mutant boxer, and Dog Boy. It's so I mean, and this is longer than your average.
Yeah, actually, it is a little thicker, a little bit longer, it feels like.
And then we get to the actual part that matters, where it says at the end, last page, April Fool. The Truth by Kevin Siembieda. All the news, hype, and coming attraction, giga damage, the Ferkelbergers, and other silliness are all make-believe. Fake, not true, a hoax, ain't real, ain't happening. It was intended as an April Fool's Day joke, that it was all a joke on Wayne Smith, the editor-in-chief of The Rifter. They talk about how they were able to create paste up, and this is in the old days where you literally took a glue stick and paper on a drafting table with a light behind it and assembled it. Like you can't hide a window, you can't minimize something like this. Like this was such an incredible joke. They managed to get this all done without Wayne. And was there ever a follow-up on? Maybe we'll know in Rifter 10.
Maybe we'll know. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I haven't read ahead. Actually, okay, that's a lie. I have read, I think, for the first 30 Rifters.
Yeah.
The first 40-something Rifters. But it's been so long. I don't remember. So it's almost as if I'm coming to this new again.
Is an amazing piece of Palladium trivia. And I want to talk a little bit about the kind of, you hear a lot of in the forums about, just dogging on Palladium. But I want to talk about what an amazing culture they must have had to waste paid time to make this beautiful, involved bit of insanity that we're holding here. Could you imagine working at someplace that fun?
Kinda. Not from my own experience, but
same.
Yeah, I can imagine it, and it sounds so wonderful.
Yeah. This is an amazing thing, and I can't think of another company that would do this.
What I love about it is the amount of self-awareness that is evident in all of the jokes that are being made here. Anybody who is some casual fucking internet plebe who is out on there bashing Palladium, or more specifically bashing Kevin for not being aware of the things that people say, or not being aware of aspects of whatever and whatever. I don't think they know this book exists.
I would like to invite you to take a look at this.
100% self what do you call it? What's that word? Self
aware?
No, the opposite, where you put yourself down. Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Depreciatory. Deprecatory?
Oh my God, the word is on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, a self-deprecating. Self-deprecating humor here. It's great. Yeah.
I also like that they didn't do any cover art. They just made it glossy and said, draw it yourself. Use your crayons, you monkeys. It's, oh my God. So this is unique. I can't think of anything like this that has ever occurred ever. Sometimes you will have something to the effect of, silliness, the Robotech swimsuit issue or something like that. But that is different than this. That is geared to bad teenagers who are being bad with the door closed. This is geared in a completely other way. The humor is spot on, and it is so going after themselves. This is a roast in book form.
The closest thing that I can think of is one of the anniversary books from TSR, pre-WotC TSR era. they released the long awaited, long demanded, just heavily sought after, customers wanted Castle Greyhawk.
Mhm.
It had been talked about since the first days. It was the great book of Gary's world. And anyway, Castle Greyhawk was coming. When they finally released Castle Greyhawk as a full adventure campaign book, the whole thing was a joke.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, it was a series of joke adventures, memes of the time, the kind of stuff that would be in a Monty Python sketch. The whole thing was like a Monty Python level adventure, and it pissed people off. This was done, I think, in better taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would be pissed off by this, but I mean, I don't even know what to say about this, because this was so funny to look over, especially to anyone who is knowledgeable about Palladium, which I think we are becoming. It's wild, and it's insane, and it's so after itself, and I love that this exists.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I love that this is there. This is a relic of of Palladium history.
I don't even know what to say about it. What is your favorite section of this? Like, what is the part that just grabbed you more than anything else?
Giga damage.
Yeah.
Because it really just, without saying so, acknowledges everyone's complaints about mega damage.
Yeah. And of course there is terror damage coming in Y3K.
And turns it into a big old joke.
Like, I want to like give this to people who haven't seen it. You know, like I want to pass it around, but I also don't want it to ever leave my shelf, and I want to put it in plastic so it doesn't get hurt. Like, there's a turtle smoking a cigarette with rockets on its pack on page 14 next to the Gigasaurus Rex. Like, I mean, it's just, there's so much good. There's so much good here. I like the artists, like people were paid for this. Can you imagine? I could see this today, right? We are going to put something in, you know, if the boss comes by, we'll close the window, right? But this went to printers. Like, artists brought stuff into the office, and it was made and pasted and put together into a proof, which was then delivered to a printer and paid for. And then boxes were shipped back to the office. And I mean, like, this is so wild to hold a complete, well done joke
that one person was completely unaware was even happening.
Right. And that one person is the person who is so involved with the Rifter, was the editor-in-chief. So, I mean,
good job, guys.
Wow.
23 years later, I say congratulations on a joke well played.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. If you can get your hands on one and you are a collector type, which I am, you absolutely need this.
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. The Rifter, 9.5. Enjoy it. We did.
Give it a look. Give it a read. Talk to us about it. Join our Discord. Let us know what you think. And then if you feel like it, if you feel so inclined, if you had a good few laughs at that, and you're like, these guys, tut, they are spot on. If you want to kick us a few shillings to fund our Palladium addiction, please check out our coffee page. And perhaps you too can join at the Giga Damage tier. And Mr. Ferkelberger himself will approve of your decision.
Yes. This comment not sponsored by Mr. Ferkelberger.
Thanks for listening, folks.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Starships, magic, mystic martial arts, romance. All of these can be found in A Cloak of Blades by Isaac Scher. You might have heard my name before. I've done a lot of voiceover work for Breakfast Puppies, and I've recently released my first novel. It's available on Amazon as an ebook and paperback, and you can get it for free if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. I do hope you'll support my work as you're supporting Breakfast Puppies. And it's been a pleasure talking with you today. Have a good one.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons Zero license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterbois. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.